Pisces, hello, hello, my loves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Pisces, I was just like, I felt immediately very Winnie the Pooh, like when he's sitting on the log and he's like, think, 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 think. The empty room and the venom, the poet and the nectar. And I just feel like, how can I turn this very not ideal situation? For some of y'all, this like full blown argument, like this full blown, like you said things that you can't unsay. And it's like, if you've said things that you can't unsay, how do you bring healing to that in some form or fashion, whether it's with that person or just like in within yourself. But I just feel like this, I really need to find a way to turn this around. Pisces. Whew, feel anxious. Yeah, definitely an end. You know, I'm not sure what's ending, and I think it'll depend on my Pisces. But, I mean, the venom is the idea of spewing nasty just for the sake of spewing nasty, and I feel like that's the cycle that has to end in order to turn anything in any direction that's not just a nasty direction in general, right? And I kind of feel like that's what's being laid to rest, whether that is you cutting people off or you cutting out your own behaviors, like however it plays out for you. I do think that there is a decision. I don't know, because I almost feel like this, like a letter, like an official letter that just says, like we've decided to go in another direction. And I feel like for some of my Pisces, you kind of lose your shit. Whether you get angry or you get emotional, maybe a combination of the two. I kind of feel like there's this reaction to like a statement of, like for some of my Pisces, if you've been applying for jobs and you're like, I'm so sick and tired of getting these letters, we've decided, these emails, we've decided to go in another direction. If it's a relationship and you're going through, a breakup or something, and it's just kind of like you're going in a different direction. You're like the fighting, the unnecessary fighting. I feel like there's just like, I got there's just like a need to go in a different direction. But I think when you decide which direction you're going in, you really do see your way out of this murky energy. And no, I don't think especially for Pisces, Pisces are very comfortable with the fluidity and the intuition, but not always comfortable with making decisions according to your intuition. And I feel like what's happening here is that, like, for whatever reason, you have to go in another direction. But when you are told that you have to go in another direction, the direction that you decide to go, I think you make this decision intuitively. I don't think that there's necessarily, for all of my Pisces, I don't think that you decide to go in a direction that you had already planned. I think that the path is unfolding before you, and you're deciding to, I think, take advantages of the opportunities as they present themselves. And the Ace of Wands is that a new opportunity? And I feel like, Pisces, you're going to take it, whatever this new opportunity is for you. Yeah, it's just come with, I think, a lot of rejection, a lot of different types of rejection from a lot of different people, a lot of different jobs, a lot of different whatever, you know. And I think that sometimes that can be a lot to handle, you know, just like, especially if you're somebody who's trusting your intuition and people tell you you should trust them and trust the system and trust the plan, and you're like, I can't, really sorry, you know, like, I don't mean to make you mad, poof poof, you know what I mean? And maybe that's that end, you know, that why things weren't working out. You know, they weren't working out because it wasn't meant for you, but it wasn't meant for you because you were needing to build your own character, and that meant, you know, like finding the good in it all in spite of all of the bad that occurred. And I think all of the arguing and all of the things that can't be taken back, like you can't unsay what you've said. Like I feel like it marked your character. I don't know what you said or who you said it to, but whatever you said, I feel like that person is having a really, like, they just look at you like, I will never look at you the same. You can't undo the damage that you've done. I don't know. I don't know. That's a conversation that somebody's having, but Temperance and Nine of Wands. I mean, Nine of Wands is, you know, Phoenix rising from the ashes, and Temperance is that as above, so below balance. And I think that you've spent so much time learning so many things about so many different people and so many different perspectives and so many different lifestyles and so many different views, and you haven't really fit into any of it, and you haven't really wanted to fit into any of it, but that's been a point of conflict. And now I think you're again, I feel like we're still in that same energy. I feel like you're creating your character, and this character, I feel like, doesn't come with all of the, I don't know, frustration, because I just feel like your role is different. Your role is you have a different role now, you know. I don't know how that will play out for you, but like whatever this new beginning is, I feel like it's giving you an opportunity to take advantage of all of the like knowledge that you've acquired and the experiences that you've had, and put them together into something that, I don't know, I feel like it just like they can't help but stop. I just feel like they stop dead in their tracks. I don't know, Pisces. I don't know what decision you're making. But whatever it is, I feel like it's an opportunity that maybe you're taking an opportunity that people around you don't like. If it's playing out differently, and it's like, you know, I have this opportunity, and I know that it's not what everybody wants me to do, but it makes sense to me. I don't know. I just feel like, say what you will. You know, like I'm not living my life for anybody other than myself. I'm not doing this for anybody other than me. And, you know, for that reason alone, it will be very unique. And I have confidence enough in that. You know, I don't know. I just feel like maybe there were people who didn't want you to have confidence in what you were doing. And so they were just like tearing you down all the time because they wanted you to do it exactly like them, the same way that they did it. And you're just like, that's not my experience. That's not my perception. Like, I don't know what else to say. And, and just like bringing an end to it, because I feel like whatever it is that you're going toward, there's just like passion and I don't know, it feels refreshing, like misted, you know? But I mean, you have the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Cups, the Lovers, Temperance. You know, I think that you're stepping out. It does. It still feels like you're in that energy of like stepping out as the new version of you. But I feel like when you do, it's like that scene in Pride and Prejudice when Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy come into the, like in the hall of the dance, and everybody, like the music stops, the people stop, everything stops, and they just watch them walk down until they're standing, and then once they're standing there, like everybody goes back to their business. But it's just like that's what that feels like everybody just stops. Like what is Pisces doing? Because whatever you're doing, I think it's giving you some anxiety. And I think you're afraid of what people will say. But what you've been doing when you've been poofing and poofing and poofing and poofing is creating a little anchor for you, so that when you were going around in all the directions, you could always be anchored in and coming back to yourself. And I think you have a better idea of what that means than other people. And I think other people are going to start to find out what that means. And I'm so excited for you, Pisces. That's amazing. I don't necessarily enjoy the first part of this read, but sometimes it's those final layers that have to be stripped down before we can really stand sincerely in our own skin, you know. But all right, Pisces, I'm here for it. Thank you for sharing your energy with me and for spending some time with me. If this video did resonate, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.